The first cry pierced the quiet morning like a knife, sharp, unexpected, filled with a pain that words could not describe. It was a sound that would forever change everything. In the bustling heart of Lagos, where skyscrapers touched the sky and ambition burned brighter than the midday sun, a single moment would unravel the carefully woven fabric of the Johnson family's perfect life. This is not just a story. This is a warning, a whisper of caution that every parent must hear. Marcus Johnson remembered the exact moment he met Adana. A conference on urban development, her presentation cutting through the room like a laser, precise, brilliant, unapologetic. She was wearing a deep blue suit, her hair pulled back in a professional bun, her gold earrings catching the conference hall's light. Their courtship was as strategic as their careers, methodical, intentional. They discussed everything, their goals, their dreams, their vision of family, and when Chidi was born, they approached parenthood with the same level of precision they applied to their professional lives. Chidi Johnson was 7 years old when the world around him began to crumble. A child with autism, he lived in a universe of his own, silent, intricate, misunderstood. To the casual observer, he was just another child. But beneath the surface, a nightmare was unfolding. A nightmare that would expose the most dangerous predators often wear the most trusted faces. The day began like any other in the Johnson household. The alarm clock's shrill ring broke the early morning silence, a symphony of urban life filtering through the apartment's floor-to-ceiling windows. Marcus Johnson, an architect whose designs were reshaping Lagos's skyline, moved with practiced efficiency. His wife, Adana, a telecommunications executive whose name was becoming synonymous with corporate success, was already preparing for another day of meetings and negotiations. Chidi sat in the corner of the living room, his small hands meticulously arranging a collection of toy cars. Each movement was calculated, precise, a dance of repetition that spoke volumes about his inner world. His autism was not a limitation to his parents, but a unique way of experiencing life. They had invested in the best therapies, the most understanding schools, determined to provide him with every opportunity. Emmanuel will be here soon, Adana reminded Marcus, adjusting her designer blazer. They had been careful in their selection of a caregiver. After hearing countless stories from friends about unreliable housekeepers, they had made an unconventional choice. A male nanny, someone who could provide stability, protection, understanding. Emmanuel Okonkwo had seemed perfect during the interview, recommended by a distant cousin with credentials that appeared impeccable. He spoke about special needs care with a sensitivity that had immediately put Marcus and Adana at ease. "I understand children like Chidi," he had said, his eyes reflecting what seemed like genuine compassion. They had no idea of the darkness that lurked behind those seemingly kind eyes. The first violations were subtle, so subtle that they would have gone unnoticed by anyone less observant. A lingering touch during bath time, a moment of inappropriate closeness that crossed invisible boundaries. Emmanuel was calculating, patient, a predator who understood the unique vulnerability of a child who could not easily communicate his discomfort. Chidi's increased agitation went unnoticed initially. His repetitive behaviors, his withdrawal, these were characteristics often associated with his autism. His parents, consumed by their professional ambitions, missed the warning signs that something was terribly wrong. Adana's unexpected day off would change everything. It started with a cancelled meeting, a rare break in her relentless schedule. She returned home earlier than usual, the apartment quiet except for the soft sounds of Chidi playing. Emmanuel's demeanour seemed slightly off, a momentary tension that disappeared as quickly as it had appeared. But during Chidi's bath, Adana noticed something different. Subtle marks on his skin, a flinch that was different from his usual sensory responses, a tension that spoke of something deeper, more sinister. The cameras were installed with surgical precision, high definition, motion activated, positioned where Emmanuel would least expect them. What they captured was a nightmare beyond imagination. Emmanuel's true nature was exposed in cold, unforgiving digital memory. Violations, manipulations, calculated abuse of a child who could not verbally protest. The legal process was swift. Emmanuel was arrested, charged with multiple counts of child sexual abuse. His carefully constructed facade crumbled under evidence that left no room for doubt. But for the Johnson family, the real journey was just beginning. Understanding Chidi's trauma, rebuilding his sense of safety, learning to listen beyond words. In the weeks and months that followed, Chidi underwent specialized therapy. Trauma specialists who understood the unique challenges of working with a child on the autism spectrum helped him process his experience. Marcus and Adana learned new ways of communication, of understanding their son's inner world. Their story became a beacon of awareness, a warning to other parents about the importance of vigilance, of understanding, of listening to the silent messages children send. To every parent, your child's safety transcends professional success. Listen, observe, trust your instincts. For children with developmental differences, protection requires extraordinary care. They communicate differently, but they communicate. Learn their language, watch closely, believe them, even when they cannot speak. Note, this is a fictional narrative designed to raise awareness about child protection and is not based on any specific real-life incident.